lots of public-private partnership proposals in cities, and I believe it's Food and Water, which is a neighborhood. They have a SWAT team that comes in, gets together with the unions, and overnight they kill any proposal. And those who go forward are facing suits. But this isn't democracy, and we have to expect that to happen. And if it's a good idea, it may take some time, but it could happen. I think the other big impediment, especially on the water side, was we went through a consolidation of the big water companies and ownership changes over the last decade. And there was a pullback from marketing the idea. There just weren't enough people out there talking about new ideas. And so, you know, that's like, you know, we went to the soccer field, the other team didn't come, we won by default. So if you're not out there pushing it, it's not going to happen. It's as simple as that. And the other part of it is, I think, you have to look for a champion. And I know some of the water companies have that as their principal criteria. We can all say need. We can all document the need. That's not going away. That's bald. You know, there's no hair on that one. We all know the need. Now, can you convince them on how to meet that need in a certain way? And that's where you need local leadership that has the strength to survive in elections and council challenges to keep the ball rolling. And unless you have that kind of leadership at the local level, you're probably going to lose your project. Now the other part is public acceptance. And you know, you've got this perennial thing with you can't trust corporate America, and everybody piles on to that parade. And corporate America tries to counter that, and in some cases they're successful, some cases they're not. But again, if you don't show up at the soccer field, you lose. And I think the final one is that you have a paradigm change in your engineering consulting companies today. Today, they're more likely to maybe not embrace partnerships, but to give them a fair hearing by the numbers, more so than even a decade ago. So that's been very helpful. But when you have entrenched interests, let's say the water commissioner, public employee union, and the outside activist groups, it's very, very difficult to overcome. So the thing is, you know, you could put your money in a passbook savings account, make nothing, or you could, you know, invest it in a public system that's going to hemorrhage. Or you could try a private sector where you need controls and guarantees and try it differently. We like that. We like that approach. Yes, sir.
You have described, in my view, the next future financial mechanism. You're not inventing it, but it's going to come back, and that is design, build, operate, and finance. If your water, I'm from Canada, your water systems are too important, really, for Congress and your Senate to make determinations about cleanliness or compliance with wastewater certificates. The whole business is too important for them to decide. And you're telling us with that slide where there's a decline of 7.3%, they don't see it because it's underground. If it was a hydroelectric utility, they might be able to manage it a bit better. The management of this going forward is going to rely on full cost recovery, universal metering, and the ability of the municipalities to have the courage to go out to the market and have design, build, operate, and finance. So if you need to be compliant with ever stringent EPA requirements, then you need to have those mechanisms available to you, and not trot off to the state capitol or to Washington with that hand all the time. You have the mechanism there. If you start to move, you know, John Kennedy said it took 20 years to grow a tree. Well, it may take that long to get you to, in the fullness of time, full cost recovery with universal metering. But I'm astounded at how many places, including Canada, don't have universal metering, have no idea what the real cost of water is. leave sprinklers on all night, wash cars all day. It boggles my mind. But that final thing, that vehicle, I think the financial community in the United States will respond to it because it is utility and it's utility safe, and they can trust it, and it won't be like the mortgage market that serves so many of us.
No disagreement. You've got federal and state law which preempts it from happening today, so that needs to be changed. But by the same token, we have in the past Honeywell, currently Itron and Aclara, who work very closely with us, and at every one of our meetings they present the public benefits of metering and leakage detection and control. So I think you're absolutely right, and in fact I think I would have rather heard your speech today. Thank you very much.